What up? Welcome to the bottom line. How about them Cowboys? What's up? Can't hear? Can't hear? I don't know why. Okay, he'll be back. How about them Cowboys? Everybody had us for dead about, you here? You good?
Yeah!
Oh, yeah.
Bro,
How about them Cowboys? Yeah.
they keep winning, bro.
Keep winning. They had us for dead 4 weeks ago, and we off life support now. We out the hospital. We going home, baby. We good now. We going home, recovering.
Bro, I would say this, man. The Dallas Cowboys have made me a believer.
Yeah.
The Dallas Cowboys. Y'all got
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
have
you
halfway decent.
Yeah, we.
Us. A halfway decent offense, but the
Right.
defense numbers.
The defense is outstanding. The defense is, I would say, top 5 minimum. If you're gonna rank the
Right
defenses,
now?
we're in the top 5, at least.
Definitely. Oh, definitely.
At least, the very least. Yeah.
Yeah, top 5.
So-
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So welcome to the bottom line. Sports NFL special. Talking a little sports, wrapping up all the NFL games today. We can talk a few NFL games. Which one you want to start with, any particular one, or you just want to roll into a few, or what do you think?
Man,
Let's roll into it.
just take it away, bro. Take it
All right. So a big
away, man.
surprise, kind of a big surprise. Well, not a big surprise, a slight surprise up in London. The New York Giants beat the Packers 27-22. Yeah, kind of a surprise. I think everybody was kind of assuming the Packers would win that game. It wasn't in London. Some of those London games sometimes are tough to predict because it's not really home or away. You're kind of both on the road. Your thoughts on that game?
They can say what they want to say about Daniel Jones, man. The kid went 21 for 21 yards. Saquon Barkley had like 13 carries, 70 yards, 1 touchdown. 539, 222 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Right. Yeah.
Man, with the Giants right now in y'all's division, NF when our division. Let me keep saying, I got it.
Our division. That's right. Woo.
Man, you got the Eagles, the Cowboys 4-1.
Right.
Giants 4-1, and who's that 1-3?
The Commanders, I think.
Good for the whole thing for them, but they look like garbage.
I mean, they compete, but
bad.
they just can't finish the deal. They can't finish the deal.
They cannot finish the game, man. It was obvious when they played Tennessee. They played Tennessee yesterday.
Yeah, they can't. They just can't play a full 60
They played
minutes.
Tennessee.
Yeah. I think Wentz threw an interception at the end of the game or something. It's just
the Giants look good, and then we game
right. Well, everybody said after we beat them that they weren't any good. Oh, the Giants aren't that good anyway. And then they beat the Packers. Now they're good again, I guess. I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, the Giants.
Yeah.
And NFC, man.
Yeah, Daniel's playing pretty good. I mean, he played a Cooper Rush type game. You know, he didn't make any mistakes. You know, he threw 217 yards. He just didn't have any touchdowns, but he didn't have any interceptions either. So, he had a few. He didn't have really any touch. It was all basically running game, controlling the clock. The defense played pretty well against Aaron Rodgers. You know, it seems like that they're still struggling some continuity with the receivers as far as Aaron Rodgers and his young receivers. Cobb had a good day. Randall Cobb had a good day as a veteran, but those young receivers just it seems like they're not all on the same page.
To me, like you said, that receiving core, they're young and they haven't really meshed well, man. And it's only going to get worse for Green Bay as the season.
Is that more Aaron Rodgers' fault, the receivers' fault, or the coaching staff?
Man, bro, it's the whole organization, man. And I mean,
you gotta get them on the same page, man.
It's hard to say, man, because like I said, an elite quarterback. But
right.
I mean, what about? I mean, you got his receiving core. You got Sammy Watkins. You got a lot of older, washed-up players that aren't. I mean, they experienced, but they're not as good. Trash defense, line trash defense is still par.
I mean, it feels like they should get Aaron Jones more involved. He only had 13 carries. He averages like over 5 yards a carry.
Right.
Get him more involved, whether it's in the running game or maybe throw it out from the backfield, maybe screen. It just seems like they should get him more. He's probably your best young player on the team, and he's been with Aaron for a few years already. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Aaron Jones. Yeah.
The Packers, they don't look like they're gonna lose to the Jets on Sunday.
You think so? Whoa.
Right.
Yeah, you think so?
You see what the Jets did yesterday?
I know, but I mean, let's talk about that game. The Jets, yeah. I mean, I don't know. That seems like an anomaly to me. I don't know. It doesn't feel like that's the Jets. I mean, did Wilson play that game?
Well, Tua got hurt, and then what's his name got hurt too.
I'm looking for the Jets game here. Who'd they play?
The Jets.
Really? Oh, they played the Dolphins. Yeah. Okay, I see it now. Yeah, I mean, it was 40-17. I mean, let me see. I guess Zach Wilson came back 210 yards. He didn't have any touchdowns or interceptions, so it wasn't him. I guess it was the running game that they have. What, 1, 2? Everything was a rushing touchdown. Even Zach Wilson's touchdown was a running touchdown. So, I mean, they just dominated him on the ground. And I guess you had a rookie, Thompson, starting for because I guess Bridgewater went out too. So they were down 2.
Bridgewater got hurt too.
I mean, so I don't blame that on the Dolphins. I mean, they were down their starting and their backup quarterback. So it's kind of hard to do anything without your starter and as far as offensively, but defensively, man, I hadn't seen the Dolphins play this bad.
They look horrible yesterday.
I mean, is it over for the Dolphins? Can they still recover if Tua comes back? I mean, in a couple weeks. I mean, if they're let's say they're 4-3 in a couple weeks, you think they can make a run?
At this point, man, I'll pull it up real quick.
I mean, because
Miami, they have to play the Vikings on Sunday.
Right, the Dolphins. And you like sure do all that good stuff, man. Yeah, go ahead.
They won't win. They'll win. They won't win Sunday. The Vikings, they'll probably win Sunday Night Football the following week. They'll beat the Lions.
They'll still beat the Lions
back when they play the Browns.
Even without Tua, or if Tua comes back.
Man, it ain't really looking promising. They may win like maybe 2 out of the next 3 or 4 games, man.
Really?
Yeah, it ain't looking good for them guys.
I don't know. But you said you think the Jets are going to beat the Packers next week. Wow.
Man,
just based off of that game?
The Packers on Sunday.
Okay.
Jets, man. I like what's his name? Robert. Can't think of the coach's last name. From the Middle East. Head coach from.
Yeah, he used to be with he used to be 49ers. He used to be a coach for the 49ers.
Yeah. Robert.
All right. So what about the Chargers and the Browns? It seems like that was a close game. It seems like the Browns had this game, kind of lost it at the end. I don't know. What do you think there? The Browns and the Chargers. I mean, it was a 32-28. The Browns scored early; they were ahead, and then the Chargers got back in, and at the last, was it the last second field goal?
Man, listen, man. Jacoby Brissett looked really well, but when he carries 134 yards, 2 touchdowns, he carried the team on. I don't know if it was a coaching error or just bad play, man, but the Browns should have won that.
Right.
The Browns had that game backed up. But, the Chargers needed to win is bad.
But the Browns, The Browns had a chance at the end, right, to kick a field goal, but it just sailed to the right. I believe they had a last-second field goal.
I'm trying to look now.
So, yeah. So, I mean, it was a good game. I mean, they both needed this game.
Yeah, but I mean, when I look really happy, the Chargers won that game because when you look at the AFC West right now, the second place right now, they're 3-2, Chiefs 3-1, Broncos at 2-3, and the Raiders at 1-3. The Raiders really need to try to make something happen tonight, and I'm hoping that they can.
Yeah.
At Arrowhead, possibly.
Is your battery dying? You sound a little garbled.
No, my battery's charged up.
Okay. I don't know what it is. Sound a little garbled. You're good though. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I feel like. Let's talk about that. Well, I feel like the Broncos are slowly falling down to the bottom. I feel like the Raiders may end up taking them. The way their offense is performing, their defense has been pretty solid, but the offense just can't seem to get going. And now it says they said that it seemed like they came out that Russell Wilson had some kind of lat problem. He got shot up in his lat.
Some kind of injury right now.
Yeah, injury to his lats. So yeah, and I'm thinking it's in his throwing arm. So that could be part of the problem, because his deep balls didn't look too good. I don't know. It just doesn't look good for them right now. Even though Jake had Super Bowl goals.
Somebody's in the comments now, man. I think James.
Okay.
Glad that he's gonna win.
Okay. Hey, what's up, Jake Glad? How about them Ravens? Let's talk about that Ravens game then. He's on the line. So the Ravens. And I think we picked the Bengals to win this game. Bengals kind of.
And I was listening to you.
They should have won that game. They should have won that game. It was close. It's not like it was. It was Tucker, man. He kicked that long field goal, 58-yarder or something. I don't know what it was. That guy's leg, man, saves him so many times.
The Ravens kicker, yeah, he saved him every time.
He's a great kicker. I mean, all you got to do is get to the 40-yard line, and he can make it. So, I mean,
Joe Burrow looked good, man.
Joe Burrow looked pretty good. He had 217 yards, but he did have one interception and one touchdown. Lamar Jackson, he kind of struggled a little bit. He only had 174 yards. He also had a pick and an interception. So, I mean, he did come with that last drive to get him in range for Justin Tucker field goal to win it. So he did what he needed to do at the end of the game. But he's kind of struggled the last couple of games. Is it more they're showing Jackson some things that slow him down, or is it more he's just playing bad? He's just not playing as good as he was at the beginning of the season.
As far as Jackson?
Yeah, Lamar Jackson, because he hasn't looked this as good the last couple of games. When he's starting out to shoot, he looked pretty good. I mean, we're talking MVP, but the last couple of games he's kind of struggled a little bit.
Shaky, man. When I look at their division right now, I think Baltimore's in. Man, the Browns are second place, Bengals in third, and then the Steelers are at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that I think that Wilson has Lamar Jackson has a much more promising season. I think he has much more. I think he had a few bad games, but I think he's gonna really bounce back. They got the Giants this week.
Yeah.
They're gonna trounce the Giants.
You think so? The Giants look pretty good. They're 4-1. I don't know. I feel like everybody's, even though if you look at the
we've
NFC,
counted the Giants.
Our division looks the best right now. Our division, we have 2 4-1 teams, 1 5-0 team,
and 1 5-0.
Yeah, one lowly Commanders team at the bottom, but every division has that.
But they still got a chance, though. The Commanders do.
Yeah, they got a shot. I mean, they got to do something now. They got to turn it around next game. start winning. You can't win. I think if the Commanders lose one more game, 1-5, that's gonna be tough to come out of. If they at least win the next game, who do they play next game? You know, who the Commanders play?
I'll tell you now. Commanders play. They got the Bears on Thursday night.
See, that's a winnable game for them. 2-4. They go 2-4. Maybe get one more game, go 3-4. They're still there. But for the most part, I'm just saying, I don't know why everybody's putting down the NFC. We've got the best record right now.
The NFC.
I mean, it's
the NFC East.
Yeah, it ain't as least as it used to be because I mean the NFC West. Nobody. Only the San Francisco got a winning record. Same thing with the NFC South. Only Tampa Bay's got a winning record, and then there's two teams in the North.
The Vikings and Green Bay.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm saying. I don't. So I mean, see, you don't think that the Giants can beat them next week?
I doubt it, bro. I doubt.
Okay. I think the Giants can have a good chance because Lamar has looked suspect, and the Giants have a decent defense. If they can just, I think the key to Lamar is just make him become more of a passer than a runner, right? You have to keep him in the pocket. If you rush him,
if he's able to rush you have on the ground, you got
right. You got to if you can't rush him and then you can't go too wide. You know, you got to keep him just contained, right? You don't want to over rush the ends because then you give him down the middle and he'll take off. So you got to make him stay in that pocket a little bit and make him throw more. And he can throw. He's become a better quarterback. I think a better thrower of the ball. But that's where the only way that's a way that you kind of slow him down. Don't let him get going in it with his legs, because that's part of his game. And then that's what happened the last few times. I mean, the last couple of games he struggled. He had 58 yards, but it wasn't real impactful yards that he had on the ground. And then he only had 174 in the air. So, the last two games he's been kind of similar. Though the game before that he was very similar. So, but anyway, so let's look at another game. How about the 49ers putting it on the Panthers? Jimmy G looks pretty good. 253, 2 touchdowns. I mean, let's talk about that game. Do you think the 49ers
lost his job?
Matt Rule got fired. I mean, what do you think about that? Did he deserve to get fired? I mean, 1-4.
It's like you throw a guy into a S storm.
Oh, S storm. Okay.
Saying, right?
I got you. Okay.
So I don't know what I'm saying. You throw him into a program with no quarterback, no offensive line, no key role players. How you going for? Man?
Yeah, I think he made a mistake with his offensive coordinator to start out, and then Darnold didn't kind of pan out for him like he wanted to, and then Baker Mayfield hasn't really panned out.
Baker Mayfield
yet. Now he's hurt.
Somebody.
Yeah. So I mean, the Panthers. He's just been in some bad luck. I think he's a pretty good coach. I mean, wrong place, wrong time. Maybe he's not NFL. Maybe he needs to go back to college. I don't know. Huh?
So PJ Walker's the third string quarterback. So whenever you fire a coach like that mid-season, that brings more detriment to the organization than anything else. Well, I don't until got to the end of the season, but you fire him. Now you got to adjust to a new coach. So I guess they're already looking for a horrible season.
Well, they got an interim coach. I think defensive backs coach is the interim coach, I think. Or one of the defensive coaches took over. I can't remember who took over. Can you look at that? See who took over the?
It was the interim coach.
Yeah, the interim coach. He was like a defensive back coach. One of the defensive back coach. I want to say.
Interim Panthers coach is Steve Wilkes.
Steve Wilkes.
Steve Wilkes.
Okay. He's like the DB coach or something, right? He's on defense, I think.
Yeah, defensive. Yeah, he was the defensive pass game coordinator.
Okay, defensive pass game coordinator. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, that's a rough start. I mean, the 49ers look pretty good. Their defense is pretty good too. You don't have to. Jimmy G's kind of like a Cooper Rush type. He doesn't have to do too much. Just do enough and don't lose the game. Don't throw any picks. That kind of thing, and he can. He can win you some games. I mean, he showed he's done that in the past. So
Jimmy G looks good. He looks exceptional. Now, guess who the 49ers play Sunday?
Who they play? Falcons? Yeah.
Falcons going to beat them. I ain't putting my mouth on it.
You know what? They got a shot because the Falcons have an underrated defense. You know, if you look at the Buccaneers, they got up on them 21-0, and then they came back and held them and made a game out of it. 15-20. So the defense has showed up. I think the key for the Falcons is to don't get behind early. The Falcons have gotten behind early in a lot of these games, and the defense has kind of kept them in the game. And Mariota is not a guy that can come from behind. He's not that kind of quarterback. So you got to help out your quarterback. Yeah, you got to help out your quarterback. Don't get behind early, I think, is a key for them in this game. Stay in the game early, and then at the end of the game, try and pull it out. I mean, and see what happens. But you can't get behind early, and that's what's happened a lot with the Falcons is they get behind, and then they come back, and then they just fall short because, they just ran out of time.
They fall short.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of got a bum
call,
penalty,
man. They roughing the passer yesterday.
Yeah, roughing the passer. That was kind of. I don't think that was come on. I think didn't Brady kick him too? He was like kicking the guy. Brady kicked him. He kicked the guy who tackled him or something. He kicked at him or something.
Grady Jerry. Yeah, not tap.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, how come maybe offsetting penalties or something? I don't know, but. I don't think he slung him down, but I mean, it wasn't violent. I mean, it's just I don't know. A lot of people saying because it's Brady, he gets the benefit of the doubt. I don't know.
Man, he got special privileges, so.
Yeah. AKA Tuck Rule.
Yeah, that's
that Tuck Rule still haunts the Raiders. They still haunts the Raiders, man, that Tuck Rule. All right, so let's go in. Any other games you want to look at, or we'll just go right into the Raiders and Chiefs, unless you want to look at another game.
Game was really good, too.
Which one?
The Eagles-Cardinals. Cardinals shot themselves in the foot. How you miss a 43-yard field goal?
Eagles-Cardinals. Yeah, that was a good game. And there again, it makes me feel hopeful because Jalen Hurts had another game where he struggled a little bit. He still had 239 yards. He had 61 on the ground, two TDs on the ground. But he didn't look super great. He did enough to win. They only scored 20 points against the Cardinals, and the Cardinals don't have a great defense.
They don't.
I mean, I think we have a better defense than they do, and they only scored 20 on them. So that makes me hopeful for next week with the Cowboys. But
Sunday night football, man.
Are the Cardinals in trouble? They're 2-3. What do you think? I mean, can they come back and make the playoffs, make a run?
Man, right? And they're the 49ers are in the driver's seat at this point, man. And
I think it's not back. It's kind of wide open because they're only one game back. The Rams are 2-3. Seattle's 2-3.
The Cardinals will definitely win this week, though. It's a division game. I think they'll definitely win this week.
Okay. And then, of course, the Cowboys, we talked about it early, but that defense looks really good. Cooper Rush is doing his job.
Yeah.
And, I told you, I think I told you before the game, I said we're going to get some pressure on him. We're going to get a few sacks, maybe get a sack fumble, which did happen. And maybe he'll throw a pick, and he threw a pick. So, I mean, it's just one of those things. You get him rattled, get him having to move around too much, and that's what we do. He'd been sacked 16 times before that game, so I knew we were going to get pressure on him with our front four. We've done that the whole year. So the key was that we could score enough points to win the game and not make any mistakes, to give them back the game. I mean, they had that one long pass play to Cooper Kupp. It was kind of a broken play.
But Pollard, man.
Diggs tried to undercut. Yeah, Pollard looked good with that.
Pollard looked good.
Some people saying they should give him some more carries. I don't know. I mean, it seems like Pollard's kind of feast or famine. Definitely we got to keep running it, no matter what. Whether we feed Zeke or Pollard or both of them, it doesn't. We got to keep running the ball, control the clock. Get some good plays. Pollard, he's one of those guys. He can break it at any time. He gets past the line of scrimmage. He can break it. I thought that guy was going to catch him from behind. The guy was running behind him. He couldn't catch him. He ran away from him.
I want to give you an honest assessment, man.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
What I said earlier in the year about the Dallas Cowboys now our team, man.
Our team,
Cowboys,
that's right.
If the Cowboys win Sunday in financial, I think Dallas got a great way paid. I think they can beat. If they beat the Eagles, they'll beat the Lions. They'll beat the Bears. I think the Cowboys can roll over Green Bay definitely. The Vikings, and then the next biggest.
I mean, they got Detroit after the Eagles, so it all depends. I mean, if Dak comes back, when Dak comes back, because he's definitely coming back. I just don't know when. You know.
But I like the way Rush is playing very conservative. Y'all, the defense is what's saving, and it looks good. It's looking good.
Right.
Man.
Yeah, so I think, Cooper Rush has an expiration date on him. He maybe get one more good game out of him. I think they're trying to limit him. This last game, I think he only had 125 yards. He didn't have a big game, but he did just enough to win the game. We had a good running game going, and that kind of pulled us through. And the defense, of course, did really well and, disrupted their offense and had a couple of turnovers and stuff like that. So, I mean, if we keep that formula up, when Dak comes back, I mean, I think Dak's a better passer, a little better quarterback. He's not above and beyond what Cooper does, but he's better. I think he's better than Cooper. If they can just kind of do the same thing, don't let him throw it more than 25 times a game. Run it, be a balanced offense. Run the ball 25, 30 times. I mean, we had over 100 yards rushing with Pollard and Zeke put together. I think it was like we had over 150 yards rushing. That's a success right there. So hopefully we keep that up when Dak comes back, we can keep this going. I mean, the defense is solid. I mean, the defense is going to keep us in the game for sure.
Definitely.
We got to pay mistake-free offense. We can't turn over the offense on offense. We got no interceptions. Keep those to a minimum. No fumbles, and I think the defense will keep us in most of these games, no matter who we play against. All right, so this game right now looks like the Raiders already scored. They're up 7-0 against the Chiefs. Do you think this is a 10-point game, huh?
I said 14, man. I'm just talking crazy.
Oh, okay. You're talking crazy.
Hold on. I think I did say 10, man.
Yeah.
Man, the Raiders need a big break, man.
I mean, the Raiders are desperate. They're desperate. They're 1-3. They were last week. I told you they were desperate last week that they were going to win. This week, I don't know. I mean, they're still desperate, but I feel like the Chiefs are a better team. They finally got their stride against the Bucs. They looked really good on offense. They finally got their stride a little bit. So I feel like maybe that they're starting to hit their stride a little bit. We'll see what happens here on offense. It looks like they're on offense now. And let's see what happens. But if they go down there and score a touchdown, this might be a shootout. Who knows? Yeah. So let us know what you think. Raiders and the Chiefs today. Give us some comments who you think is going to win. Right now, the Raiders are up 7-0 early in the first quarter. Let us know what you think. Who's going to win that game? Mahomes is my QB quarterback in fantasy football, so hopefully he does really well. I think I'm going to win these. I'm pretty much way ahead on both my leagues, so I'm going to win this. I'm going to win this week. So
what's my record? 1-3.
1-3. Well, you go in there and make some moves or something, make some trades, or start your team. Make sure you got all your starters up. Yeah. There was a couple games you had a guy that was hurt and didn't give you no points because you didn't get him out of the game, and you started a guy who was hurt. And you got to get in there.
And I definitely I'll keep him my other quarterback.
Okay. Hey man, it is what it is, man. All right, that's it, man. What are you thinking? Any final thoughts on any of these games or anything?
Man, bro,
as far as that's concerned,
we're actually getting into the brunt of the season, man. It's where week 5, we're getting halfway through, man. It's the season.
We're 1/3 of the way through for sure. 1/3 of the way through.
The season is really shaping itself, man. I'm surprised at some of my projections. We still got a ways to go, man.
Yeah. This is right now. This is the time when the kind of the cream of the crops, the cream separates from the rest and rises to the top. And this is what these next couple of weeks are really going to show who is really a good team.
Who is who?
Have a winning record. Yeah, because you remember last week. Last year the Carolina Panthers were 4-0 to start the season, and you saw what happened to them. So when you start getting into game 5, 6, and 7, you start to really see who's for real and who's not.
Atlanta.
Woo!
Atlanta looks good.
I told you you can still root for Atlanta, but you got to know who's number one in your heart.
Cowboys go to Super Bowl, man. I'm jumping ship. Boys paraphernalia, man. To be honest.
I need you to get like a cowboy shirt or something, or a hat or something, man.
Something with Cowboys on there, man, for real.
All right.
For sure.
That's it, brother.
All
right, man. You have a good game. Enjoy the game. Hey, enjoy the game. We'll see you next time. Appreciate everybody. Make sure you like, share, do all that good stuff, man. We'll see you next time.
I already got it out there, man.
Special, baby. Yes, do it.
Sometime this week, Saturday, we'll figure it out.
For what?
We'll do Sunday. We definitely Sunday.
On Sunday?
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay. All right. All right, man.
All right, bro. I'm out.
All right, man. All right, we'll see you.